People are taught that livestock exists to feed humanity. That's not actually how the system works. Globally, the majority of industrial livestock is not raised to solve hunger. It's raised to support industrial outputs, leather supply chains, feed crop monetization, commodity trading, export economics, and land control. Cattle, in particular, function as a land use instrument. Vast territories are cleared not because people need more calories, but because cattle justifies land claims, tax treatment, subsidies, and long term asset holding. When you look at the numbers, something breaks the story. Over 60% of mammal biomass on Earth is livestock, while wild mammals account for 4%. That's not a food system optimization, that's an ecological displacement system. If this were about feeding people efficiently, we wouldn't be converting forests into grazing land to produce one of the most resource intensive calories available. Industrial livestock systems are optimized for economic throughput, not nutrition. Cattle are valuable because they convert subsidized feed crops into tradable commodities, anchor insurance future markets and export contracts, justify feedlot infrastructure, slaughter zones and transport corridors, enable leather, gelatin, and pharmaceutical byproducts and chemical inputs. Food is only one output, and often not the most profitable one. This is why hunger persists even where livestock production is high. The system isn't designed to feed local populations, it's designed to move capital, land value, and commodities across borders. Once you understand that, the scale of ecological damage starts to make sense. It's not accidental, it's structural. This isn't about personal diets. Replacing livestock systems is about restoring ecological balance. When grazing land expands, wild habitats shrink. That imbalance is measurable, and anything measurable can be corrected if you redesign the system that caused it. Kingdom Returns does not ask governments to behave better. It replaces the system. It provides legal and ceremonial frameworks to retire livestock infrastructure, estate conversion blueprints that turn feedlots into sanctuaries, product ecosystems that remove dependency on animal exploitation, education and media that normalize wildlife restoration, not domination. This is why it's governed through sovereign estate systems and not state programs. The damage didn't come from lack of awareness, it came from how land, animals, and value were organized. Change the structure, and the outcome will follow. Predators are removed, native species collapse, water tables are altered, soil is compacted, entire ecosystems are reorganized around one animal that exists primarily to serve industrial economics. That's why the Kingdom Returns asset treats livestock replacement as a land use correction, a wildlife restoration strategy, and a sovereign ecological framework. You can't solve that with consumer choice alone. You have to change what land is for. Wild animals didn't vanish because nature failed. They vanished because land was repurposed. Feed crops displaced forests, grazing displaced migration routes, fencing fragmented ecosystems. Predators eliminated to protect herds. The result is the imbalance we live in now. A planet dominated by domesticated mammals bred for extraction, while wild species are reduced to remnants.